To give a little Sync Blood and Rain Kickstarter update. We are rocking and rolling, and I wanted to share some of the updates. I wanted to talk stretch goals, talk some Kickstarter stuff, and here we are. We've got 6 days left in the launch. If you want to check out what's going on during this campaign, just go over to comicstribe.com/sync. You'll see where we're at. But I'm going to give you a little update of where we are as of right now, this moment, and talk about some of the cool stuff going on during this launch. So if you are already a backer, just leave a comment, let us know so we can thank you while we're live, or leave a comment and we'll come back and thank you after the fact. But here's we are. As you can see, Sync Blood and Rain has 6 days to go. This was just a 2-week campaign, so we're just a little bit past the halfway point of the campaign now. We're on the downslide of the slope. We're at $21,566, which means we're just less than $1,000 now to the next stretch goal unlock. All right. So 365 backers have made this happen before and made this happen already. So we're excited to see that there. What is Mulvey says, make sure you warm up before doing stretch goals. You don't want to pull. Mulvey, you blew it with your fat fingers. Don't want to pull a leg, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you always want to stretch before stretch goals, guys. It's Kickstarter pro tip number 1 right there. So a couple things I just want to point out in case you missed it. A few updates that we posted today is that we actually just passed and unlocked another stretch goal. We had a 350 backer milestone. It's kind of cool. At 352 backers, Kickstarter actually sends you a congratulations email talking about what a big number that is and how awesome it is and how few projects actually even make it to that many backers. And so we're really excited to do that. And so one of the things that we decided to do was we're going to throw in this cool print that was done by Tim Larson, who's a very talented illustrator. He did a print inspired by Sync, the 6th issue of Sync, which kicks off the chapter of the new volume. So we're going to throw that in the stretch goal bundle for all backers that are getting the stretch goal bundle, and for all backers getting the collector's box that'll be in there as well. And so, yeah, the update on this is now we're actually under $1,000 away from the next cool unlock. And what we're going to get when we do that is Mr. Dig temporary tattoos. You can put this one on your arm. And actually, there was a actual fan, Sync fan. Let me see if I can find it. I'll scroll down the page a little bit. There's an actual Sync fan that got a similar tattoo based on sort of the Mr. Dig design. All right. And so, not every fan is as dedicated to the series as our boy over here, Nathan Dixon. Awesome job, Nathan. But you can show a little bit of love when we add one of these Sync temporary tattoos to the stretch goal bundle and to the collector's box. So that's looking forward to it. We also had a comment or a question come in from a backer, Nicholas, who wanted to know if there's a way to pledge twice. I know on Indiegogo, they make it so like you can pledge like 1 million times. And that's why some of those Indiegogo projects look like they have more support than they actually do. It's really just like they got a couple diehards that will back 50 times for $50 a pop or whatever. And so it does make it look a little bit bigger, but that's not how Kickstarter works. Kickstarter is one account, one pledge per backer. But that doesn't mean you can't customize your pledge. All you got to do is just you can stay at whatever your current pledge level is, and then you can go and add any of the items that you see here in our stretch goal bundle. You can add those to your pledge. We'll tell you, like if you want to add one of these single issue mystery sets that include the single issues, you can do that for plus 25 US, plus 35 international. You want to add an extra volume, extra soft cover of volume 2 or volume 1. We've got them both, plus 25 US, 44 international. We've got the Virgin variants. We've got the hardcovers for both volumes. We've also got this cool new Comics Tribe starter kit. Each of these bags is going to include 5 great start jumping on points for Comics Tribe series. They're all new reader friendly, and plus 25 or plus 35 international for a mystery bag. And we're including at least one Comics Tribe variant that's worth that's a limited edition, like 500 copies or less, in every starter kit. So it's a way for you to get some cool stuff, hopefully stuff that's even more valuable than the bag itself. We also do have blind boxes. And so, yeah, the instructions are right there. You just click manage on your pledge, you change your pledge amount, you add the amount that you want. and then hit continue, and that's it. And then when we send out your shipping survey, that's where you're going to tell us, okay, that's what you're going to tell us how to, what you can add on. You'll have a credit in your account and you can add on to that. All right. And so hopefully that clears that up. Some other things, we give a shout out to another cool project on Kickstarter today for the team over at the bros over at Metal Shark Bro. Definitely check out that Kickstarter. Walter Osley is one of the sort of, he's an awesome indie comic artist that's just does tremendous work. Has had a lot of Kickstarter success, and I actually had Walter and Bob and Kevin, aka the Metal Shark Bros, on my podcast, the Comics Launch podcast, not too long ago. And so there's a great discussion there. If you want to check out that episode, I think that's, let me just open that up. I'll tell you what episode that is if you want to check that one out, because it's a really cool discussion. What we really talked about was going big on Kickstarter and how, they went out and it was Comics Launch session 209. And so they talked about, what it was like to really try to go after a really big Kickstarter goal, which they did, and they successfully hit. And then so the feature presentation in today's update was the next installment of Homecoming. That's our backer-driven story written by John Lees and our backers. And so if you haven't read this yet, go check it out. I'm absolutely loving it. I look forward to every update as well, even though I'm the publisher of this thing. Like John is driving this ship. And speaking of John, he's here. He's doing some yoga and playing on the Apple TV in the background. But he's hearing up the latest. Yeah. So John's very excited to see the next phase of this Homecoming story because at the end, or the direction of this, you can see our backers chose which direction the story should go in part 2. And so we sent backers sent John and our protagonist Gary to Cy McCurdy's place, Unsunk Hill House, and there Cy makes an offer to Gary, but it's one that is potentially the toughest decision that Gary has yet to make. And so we've already have about, what do we got, 18. I can't see my comment count. We already got a bunch of comments, a bunch of votes for the next step in this story. And so make sure you get your vote in between now and the end of, or now and like tomorrow after early morning, so that John can make the decision for the next part of the story. And I also do want to give a shout out to a couple of our backers who participated in this story. We're hooking up them with an awesome extra upgrade to their pledge because they just participated and we're having fun with us. And so we picked those names at random. And so if you want to have the chance to potentially upgrade your pledge at no extra charge, just participate in these fun little events that we're doing. So there's the quick update. Just wanted to we'll jump back to the campaign itself. As you can see, we've got a whole bunch of stretch goals that are yet to unlock, and we've got some time on the clock to do it. So we want to just encourage anyone that's sitting on the fence to jump in and get involved. Also want to point out, if you've been watching any of these videos, but you haven't backed yet because you're not sure if this book is for you, hey, we want to make sure that this book is for you. You can actually download a copy. You can actually download the very first copy of Sync, the one. This is still, the top selling issue of Sync. It's been read by a ton of comic book readers in both print and digital. Like we're talking tens of thousands. And so definitely go and check that out. You can just click right there and we'll send you a copy of the first issue for free. You can check that out. And if you like what you see, come on over to comicstribe.com/sync and back the campaign. But just so you know, the time is starting to run out. We've got 6 days left to jump in, comicstribe.com/sync. If you have any questions about the campaign, any questions about Kickstarter or anything, we'd be happy to answer them for you. But I want to thank you all for tuning in, for supporting the Sync Kickstarter. And we're still on track to making this the biggest Comics Tribe graphic novel Kickstarter of all time. But we can't do that without the more support from backers like you. So thank you so much for supporting us and for jumping on and for everyone that's going to jump in between now and the end. We want to thank you for being a part of it. All right. Take care, everybody.